Now, I mentioned that June and July LSATs, they're in the afternoon. September LSAT is in the morning. So those of you who are morning people, that's great for September. For June, July, doesn't matter that much. If you're not an early person, no big deal for this summer. But these things matter. Even June or July being in the afternoon, that may not be a benefit. If you're the kind of person who takes a big midday meal and then has a siesta, that's not going to work so well for you if you have to be sharp as a knife and taking a full-length LSAT exam. And so you want to establish a kind of rhythm where you're taking ideally 10 full-length timed exams in the lead up to test day. And for each of those 10, or at least a handful of them or half of them, you want to take them in the same or similar conditions, as closely similar as possible to what you'll experience on test day. So that involves what time you wake up, what you eat for breakfast, your morning routine, what you eat for lunch, and then of course, being sharp and alert for the afternoon if you're taking it in June or July. And so that involves how you time your coffee, how you time your meal, what kind of meal you eat. You want everything to mirror test day as closely as possible. And you also want to get used to not checking your phone, for example, throughout the exam or checking the internet throughout the exam. You also, of course, want to get used to taking 5 sections, not 4. And you want to be really strict about all of this. So as a lot of you know, you look at your practice tests, those are 4 sections. LSAC only gives you 4 sections of exams because they want to save the experimental section for a future test administration. So they're not releasing it now. So what you're going to have on test day and what you see in your booklets are 2 different things. For example, on test day, you will have 4 scored multiple choice sections, 1 games, 1 reading comprehension, and 2 logical reasoning. Then you'll have 1 unscored experimental that could be any of the 3 types, games, reasoning, or reading comp. They don't tell you which one it is, and it could be any of the 5 sections. So it could be section 2 games, it could be section 5 reading comp. You could have 3 logical reasoning sections back to back. You could have 2 game sections back to back or 2 reading comp sections back to back. They don't tell you anything. There's no way to determine it at the test center itself. Afterwards, however, you will be able to figure it out based on talking with other folks or going on online forums. And of course, if you see that you had 2 game sections, one of those was experimental. If you had 3 LR sections, one of those was experimental as well. Now, the breakdown is you have the 3 sections back to back, then you have a 15-minute break between sections 3 and 4, then you have 2 more sections back to back.